After recent changes on the front lines in eastern Ukraine, fighting continues in the same areas. Russian forces adhere to the tactics of pounding enemy positions with artillery and aircraft before advancing deep into the Ukrainian defense. The AFU are attempting to counterattack quite successfully in some sectors of the front. Amid battles on the front lines, Ukrainian troops continue senseless shelling of civilians in the People's Republics as well as in Russia. On May 11th, the AFU launched an artillery strike on the Russian village of Soloki in the Belgorod region. As a result of the attack, 1 civilian was killed and 7 others were injured. In response, Russian troops launched several strikes on the positions of Ukrainian forces in the Chernihiv region. Explosions were also heard in the village of Dubovoye in the Belgorod region. There were reports of shooting at the border near the village of Shebekino. As a result of another shelling of the city of Donetsk by Ukrainian MLRS, at least 1 civilian was killed. The villages of Yashinovataya and Golovka were also shelled by Ukrainian forces. Meanwhile, the AFU is approaching the Russian border in the Kharkov region. According to unconfirmed reports, the AFU reached the state border of the Russian Federation in the area of the village of Turnovka. Ukrainian forces are pushing Russian troops out of the village of Cossack Lopan. Fighting also continues north of Old Saltov. The area of Izium, Russian troops recently managed to take control of the villages of Velikaya Kamishevaka, after which their advance stopped. On the other hand, the AFU's attempts to counterattack Russian positions have not yet been crowned with any success. The AFU attempted to stage the use of chemical weapons by Russian units to the south of Izium. Ukrainian forces blew up a tank with ammonium nitrate. According to the statement of the Russian Defense Ministry, Ukrainian nationalists under the leadership of the Security Service of Ukraine blew up a fertilizer storage facility near the village of Dolgenkoye in the Kharkov region. They aimed to poison the local population and blamed the Russian army for this. To the east, the city of Liman, where fierce fighting continues, is still firmly in the hands of the AFU. At the same time, a slight advance of Russian forces was reported south of the city near the village of Yampol. The AFU were forced to retreat due to heavy losses. In the area of Severodonetsk-Lysychansk, fierce fighting continues. The LPR troops, with support of Russian forces, took control over the settlements of Voyevodovka and Yushny. Chechen fighters also reported on the liberation of the Zarya powder factory. The offensive of the LPR on the village of Belogorovka has not yielded successful results at the moment. The AFU reportedly destroyed the Russian pontoon bridge. In the direction of Lysychansk, there are battles along the Orekov-Tushkovka line. In the area south of Kremenaya, the forcing of the Severodsky Donets by Russian troops and the breakthrough towards the grouping operating from Popasnaya have not yet succeeded. Russian troops are slowly breaking through the defense of the AFU to the north of Popasnaya. Part of the Ukrainian forces retreated in the direction of Loskutovka. The AFU are strengthening their position near Gorsky, waiting for the breakthrough of defensive lines near Orekovo. According to local sources, the AFU blew up a dam near Adivka in order to slow down the advance of the DPR army and the armed forces of the Russian Federation. Over the past few weeks, there have been no successes claimed by any of the parties in the southwestern outskirts of Donetsk near the village of Mariinka. Russian official sources claim that part of the village is still in the hands of the DPR armed forces and fighting continues on the outskirts. According to unofficial reports, the village fell again under the partial control of the armed forces of Ukraine, and the DPR command is urgently pulling together forces to recapture previously taken positions.